Hey, what's up, guys? Today is January 24th. I'm going to be going over my weekly trade ideas from the past week. So first one on the list was DWTI from last week. This is 117 that I'm going over right now. DWTI was looked for a 358 bottom and head and shoulder pattern to hold and go long to about 400, 450. Play worked out perfectly to the upside, and at that 450 area, that's where I shorted at $450 and got myself 64 points. So to the upside, I should have played the upside. I did not, but I did play the downside. Could have held it a lot longer, obviously, from 450 to now 287. I mean, like, it's a monster 200 point short right there. But hindsight, obviously, I can't trade like that. I did take I did take my 64 points and run with that one. RWLK, I am long this one at $10. The weekly trade ideas on 117 said if it pulls back to 9.29 to take some long, it actually pulled to $9 and about 34 cents, somewhere around there. So it actually came right to target and take some long. So that was definitely a nice win there. AGIO was on the list. We was looking at this bullish engulfing over here, and I was saying just to take some long for the upside move. You got a really nice little move out of it. Nice little trade there. Cure, I was looking for more upside on Cure, and got a nice little push out of it. So target was 1790. I got to about 1752. So not bad, I would say. I am still swinging some Cure long anyways. So I'm still looking for more out of that one. Once the market pushes up a little bit, I'm gonna have some fun with that. CMG pull back to 448. So the first idea was a short to 448. So if you're still working on the short to 448, you are good. And at that point, that's where I want to take some long. So if you did pull back to 448 and took your long position already, you're already 2.5 points in the money on the long side. Jnug. This one I think was a hit or miss kind of trade here. Jnug, I was looking for a pullback on this one. So the first entry was short, and it did pull back. It gave you a lot more on the short side than I expected to. But if you did go short, then good trade. Target for long entry is $23.75. I actually have it on this week again for a long because it's at the target area that I wanted to go long with it. So this week I'm gonna have that. You'll hear about that in a second. But the short on the open was the trade here. Down tree. Now this was a masterpiece trade right here. I was looking for an upside move to 75. You got 75.01 and then shorted over there in the charts. It came back down to 68.30s. I mean, that's just an awesome trade. So you played the long side, played the short side. It's just a beautiful one. PCRX. I was looking for a pull on this one down to about 66 area. So you actually pulled way more than 66 area. But if you played this out at the first day, pull back to 66, then if you got into 66, you could have sold at the 70, 71 area. So if you played the first 2 days, right, the pull, the short, and then the pop, the long, you would have been in that trade pretty nicely. SYT pull back to, I don't think I have a target, but I did say pull back. Okay, so sometimes I write these notes and I don't put everything in that I say, so maybe I'll review that one for myself too after. Anyways, the objective on this one was a short right at the open, so that short's really working well, and obviously that's a pretty impressive reversal candle pattern right there. So even if you are short, still you want to get the hell out of there. I mean, you should have been out anyways, because once this comes down here, your stops is now at high of day, and obviously this is over, so you should be out of that short position. But if you were short, beautiful trade. AQXP, I was looking for a pullback on this one to $8.50. You got a pullback to $8.74, and then to take some long, and the target on this one was $10.50. So out of the 10 trades that I did last week, I think I pretty much nailed them. So let's see what we get into this week. So today's weekly trade idea is January 24th. First one on the list is Espr. I love this little move here. A couple weeks ago I put this on a swing chart that if it comes up to 1450 to load the boat. If you did load the boat at 1450, you're about four points up on a loaded boat, which makes you pretty happy right now. But if you didn't, anyways, look for this one now to pull back down to this 13 EMA, which is about $17. If it pulls back down here, 1750 around this area over here. If it holds, take some long. Next one on the list is blue. I do like my bios this week, so I'm looking on blue though for this one to pop. I'm looking for blue to pop over here, and if it comes up to this 49.50 area and does not blow right through, I want you to short this thing over here and pull it back down. I think blue ultimately comes back into the 30s, but I'll keep my eye on it. Verizon, very fast moving candles here. Watch for this double topping area right up at about 47.25 area. So watch for that double topping up here and see if it serves for a beautiful short back to 45 or so. Let's see how that works out. Sony is also on my list this week, SNY. I'm looking for a pullback on this one. Candle's just sitting over here, so I definitely need a pullback on this one to about 40.75, somewhere in this range here where it should get some support off these tops. And so if it comes back into that range, I'm looking and hold, obviously. All these charts, wherever the targets are, it has to hold. So I'm looking for the pullback into this range over here, find some support off of these peaks over here, and then take some long to about 43, 42, somewhere around there. FOXA is the next one on the list. I'm sure you won't see this on anybody else's chart, but this one's a nice little curling up chart here. So I'm looking for this one to pull back a little bit down to about 26 area, 26.10, somewhere around there. And if it comes back into that zone over there, and if it holds, obviously I'd like you to take some long up to about 27 or 28. WMB is the next one on the list. WMB over here. Pull to 1850 range, and if it holds, take some long to about $20. CLR. I'm looking for this one to also pull back. I don't like this spinning top up for here, so I'm looking for this one to pull back a little bit into about 1875. If it gets to over there and holds some strength off of this area over here. Well, more like this area over here. If it comes back to this range over here, which is about 1870s, 1880s, somewhere around there, if it holds strength, you can take some long. Target on this one's about 22 on CLR. Now here's the Jnug. I'm back on it this week. It's at my area that I want to go long on Jnug, so I'll be looking for a low pullback entry or anything around here if I can get some. And obviously if the candles hold, this is my ultimate risk over here. So I will be trying to starter size on Jnug long this week. Last one on the week is Gene. Now this is not really a everybody trade. You gotta be careful how you play with it, but this one has some potential just based off this major trend break. So I'm sure there's not a lot of people looking at this one here that's seeing this, but here's your trend break over here. It peaked over it. Now it needs to come over it and hold. So any pullback to about $2. If it holds, pulls back to $2 and holds, you can take some, and your risk is only to about 185. So you can always start small and add if it goes over, because if it does go over and you get that squeeze from all these boys over here, you're looking at about 325 or so. Okay, so anyways, that's the trade ideas for the week. That's the 10 that I like. There are a ton more. If you go through the charts, you're going to see tons and tons of reversal signals, all because of the move that SPY had. So you're going to see tons and tons of charts that have reversal signals printed all over them. So just be careful with how you're playing them, because I expect SPY to maybe pop a little bit here, get a little exhausted, and then I think it's actually just going to pull right through. So let's see how this works out into this week. And it really did come off of a nice bottom over here if you look at SPY. But what is interesting, if you look at SPY on a weekly chart, this is one hell of a monster candle for a reversal over here. So maybe on the daily you get some slack, you know, pull back here and there and whatnot. But as far as a weekly chart go, this is strong. This is pretty strong over here, okay? So you got a monster candle here, a monster hammer candle, forming a bullish harami right over here off of a previous area of low. So that's always a formula for a radical move up, if obviously it holds. All right, so obviously you want to see what the market brings us this week, but as far as the market goes on a weekly, I see some strength here. On a daily, flippity flop till they figure out which way they want to go. So that's the ones for this week. That's the 10. Hopefully they can help you make some money, and all the best, guys. And for those of you guys that don't already follow me, that's my Twitter handle at BarryMohan81. On there you can find links to the website and the chat room that I'm associated with over here. You can find also links to my blog that I haven't written anything in ages on, and the YouTube channel that you can find pretty much all of the webinars and videos. Also remember, every Wednesday we have a webinar at 9 p.m. Eastern time, and I send the link out every week, so shouldn't be difficult to find your way there. So anyways, thank you very much. Have a good one.